Hello and welcome back to another episode of Black Hair in the Big Leagues. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas. And today, folks, we've got she's a star. Like actor, singer, a dancer, a writer. She made her Broadway debut in the ensemble of A Bronx Tale before taking over the principal female lead. And then she just full-blown starred in King Kong on Broadway. Y'all, please help me welcome the Queen of New York, Christiani Pitts.
Hey.
Hey.
I got music in my head.
Yes, Mama. How are you?
Better now. I am great.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you, girl.
You do.
A little beat for my girl. You know what I mean?
It's cute. Where are you in the world?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I am sitting on this balcony and overlooking my city, and it's really nice. I'm really thankful.
You're making me a little jelly right now because I'm in a closet in NYC, and I can tell that you're living your best.
I'm blessed. I really am. And I'm based in New York, but I have left for a while. I'm going to be coming back.
Good.
But it's nice to have a little bit of space.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I feel you.
But I miss New York, so.
I feel that same way when I'm in California. Is a lot of your family in Atlanta?
Yes. So that's actually why I came back. So my mother is here. My sisters are here. My plenty o niece and nephew are here. My little brother. I mean, my entire family's here except my dad. And yeah, I've just been holding it down where I can, making sure everyone has what they need because of COVID. My mom is of a certain age and she has lupus, so I want to make sure she can get whatever she needs done without having to go do it. So I've been here kind of holding it down in that way.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh, listen, she is amazing, but I'm not playing when it comes to this virus. Right. You know what I mean? So
yes, I do know what you mean. I'm like, yeah, I absolutely do know what you mean. And I want to say thank you because I know it was time trying to schedule you over the last few months. I think you were off filming something. Yes. I don't know if you can talk about it or if you can't.
I can. I feel like the first time we reached out, I don't think I could yet because it hadn't been announced or something. I could be wrong, but yeah, now it's out there. I was filming this movie that, to my knowledge, is still untitled.
Right? Is this the Alicia Keys?
Yeah.
I was like, what is the name of this? Okay,
girl,
tell me about it.
No name. So it's this like amazingly fun and compassionate, unnamed love story. That follows this singer, named Erica, who is chasing her dreams so much so that she has to leave behind the love of her life. And her dreams didn't work out in the way she wanted them to. So she ends up as a resort lounge singer at this fabulous resort in Mauritius, East Africa. And she's responsible for entertainment and weddings. And about her third month there, she gets her third wedding, and who's getting married? None other than the other love of her life, the man that she left behind, is now getting married. And it's hilarious. I mean, it's a mix in my mind of like my best friend's wedding and oh God, what's that movie that I love?
Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride.
Wait, really? Yes.
Yes, it's very Runaway Bride, and it's very oh my God, the movie's slipping my mind. It stars Taye Diggs and Sanaa Lathan and
oh my gosh, this is terrible.
Not my best friend's wedding.
That Black Love, honey.
Yes. And then there's a second one that's like around Christmas time. But you know the one I'm thinking of.
I do. I wish I could think of the name because now that's going to drive me.
The Best Man.
Yes.
So it's a combination of all those great rom-coms.
We love. Did you guys finish filming?
We finished. I don't know if there's going to be any like reshoots or anything like that.
Okay.
But we did finish, and It was my first leading role in a movie, and I cried every step of the way because I just felt so blessed, and then because of the times, I was even I didn't know if I was dreaming, to have been sent over there to do that. So I was really emotional, and I
I
just got
feel
back.
like you have such a magical like life and trajectory, and I want to ask you a few questions about like your journey to confidence and how it was, first of all, like taking it back to A Bronx Tale. How was it starting off in the ensemble? You were OBC, right?
Yes, yes.
So already being in the cast in your first Broadway show as the original Broadway cast member, how was that? And then also taking over like the principal female track, how was that?
Girl, a blessing, like an undeniable blessing. And I think one thing too I'm really grateful for is that since from a very young age, like a lot of us in what we do, I knew what I wanted to do. Like I was very clear about it. So every move I made from when I was probably like 6 years old was dedicated to like being on somebody's stage or in somebody's movie or on somebody's something. And I would make stages out of literally whatever. Like my uncle, my great uncle, my mother's uncle had, or my grandmother's uncle, sorry, had a tractor trailer in like a farmland, and we would go there to Florida for holidays. I would turn that tractor trailer into a stage. So like I've always, you know,
How?
girl, I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing. I'm like obsessed. I had been obsessed with what we do for so long. So I think I have imposter syndrome quite often,
I
but
don't
I
know if
have
I
to.
believe you.
Oh,
How?
girl, I do. I really do. I really do because of a blessing will happen. I'll just, what how did I get this, God? Or why do I deserve this, God? And I think I have to remind myself that I've put in the work my whole life,
Right.
and I've been very hyper focused on this one thing. So, long-winded answer to your question, when it happened, that original Broadway show, I was really like weak in the knees, like often a crybaby throughout the whole thing. And there were a lot of people making their Broadway debuts, so we kind of shared in that. Um, and I found out I didn't know at all that I would be like taking over for that part by any means. But when I was offered the ensemble contract, they said you would cover the lead.
Okay.
And again, because I like laser focused, in my mind that meant bad. So as far as you're concerned, you're Jane 2.0. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that's how my mind. Oh, bad cover. Say less. Say less. So I I knew my part, but I was like, and not in like an aggressive like
Right.
Jane never saw that, but that was like in my own mind. I was just kind of like, all right, when this opportunity comes. And then she ended up getting sick, and she was one of the first principals who had to take the day, and I was like terrified. But again, that thing of like the laser focus, I knew it. I knew that part in and out, backwards, forwards. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
And it went well. It had its hiccups because live theater
Because
it is
live
what it
theater.
like doesn't ever go well. But
I'm still like wrapped up on like the imposter syndrome because you seem like you just like that is where you are. Like I think that when you are cast in a lead and when you are constantly doing like leading roles, that has to come from the inside,
mm,
Christiani.
mm,
I really think so. I think at a certain level, everybody can sing,
right, right,
whether that's true or not, but like at a certain level, like everyone can do the part. It's
right.
something else beneath the surface
Mm.
that do you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I absolutely feel you, and I am doing the work on myself to figure out what that is because I wanna be as confident as I may appear. I really do because I know I love what I do, and I know I'm so thankful for the opportunities. But there's always that voice in the back of your head that's like, sis,
Right.
you know, you're never gonna, you're never gonna do this right, or whatever the case. But it's a work in progress.
So with that, when
Hmm.
you did, and am I saying it right? Andaro?
Yes, yes.
And I saw you in that, by the way. You were
Is that
very good. You were
you
very,
didn't come backstage? Did you come backstage?
I don't, oh, you know what? I was on a date that night. And we're both in the theater. You know what? That's a long, that's another story. We didn't come backstage. I didn't come back and sips the tea.
You were like, we had to get out of there.
I mean, oh my goodness, you're making me feel things that I haven't felt during COVID. Shoot, man. Ah. Well, you were so good in that show.
Thank you
And
so much.
and I was thinking about it, and whenever, like personally, whenever I go in for a role, and I know Christiani, I know this needs to change, but
Mm-hmm.
whenever I go in for a role that I'm like, y'all usually cast this role as a white girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, King Kong, that original role
Oh,
was she blonde hair, blue eye, like
oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
very, very white. In the movie, how did you like in that audition process feel like, yes, I deserve this.
Mm.
Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can nail this. Like, how did you get there?
So, you know what's hilarious? I learned so much about auditioning and myself through that process because I actually had the opposite feeling. I felt like I'm not, have you seen me? I don't look like what you want. I don't sound like what you want. I never considered myself to be like very like fragile. Like I feel like I have a very like boisterous kind of personality. And so I felt like, I'm not the like demure, like I don't know. So I just felt so not it that I had the most fun I've ever had in an audition because my guard was completely
And
down
there
because
it
I just
is.
knew I wasn't right. I just
There it
knew
is.
I wasn't who you wanted. And talk about imposter syndrome. I remember at it was like a callback and I saw the other actresses who were called back and I said, what am I doing here? Like I just felt very,
Really?
but ironically, it was the best audition I've ever had from start to finish because it freed me up to just like play and to just be, I just, I have tried to keep that space for every audition moving forward. And it's been working out sometimes to just kind of go in like, I don't know what you want, but here's what I have to give. You know what I mean? And it could be so wrong, but like, because girl, I did not. And so when it happened, I was like, who did I get? Like, because I knew I only went in for the one
Shut
part, but I had
up.
assumed, girl, I was like, I think that this is like a really bad joke and it's not funny. Like, and my agent was like, why would we, why would we play like that? But
Okay.
yeah, so that's what it was. It was the opposite. I had so little faith in myself that I was free to be completely foolish and invest in who I interpreted that character to be.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
it was
secret
crazy.
sauce is like
Secret sauce.
the carefree, the taking, you've been to those cattle calls and like the air is so
Oh,
tight.
it's,
It's like it's literally a chorus line in there. Everyone saying, God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. And that energy versus a carefree, it's okay, whatever. It really does attract versus, like, so I'm so glad that
absolutely.
you like articulated that. And here's another question for you. I'm sorry, I'm filled with so much confidence questions because I think it's important to take a look into no matter what color anybody is. When you are a lead in one show and then you're a lead in your next show and now
Mm.
you're in a movie, like what do you feel, is that exciting looking for your next job? Or
Mm.
is it pressure to keep getting leads? Like, will you ever
Mm.
take an ensemble role? Or would
Right,
you
right.
rather not work? Or are you not work? Like, what is it going through your mind?
Mm. So, girl, it's all the things.
Oh,
I'd like to think that like I'm really attracted to like telling really incredible stories. And I find that like I used to think that if you were the lead, you were the vehicle to tell that story. And now it's like that's not always true. Like there are certain shows like I feel, what's a good example? Like Choir Boy, I think is a good example. Or I'm having such brain farts with all these names of shows.
I'm thinking too. I'm trying to think.
It's the show not loosely based on, but it's a show based on another crash site of 9/11. It's been running for years.
Oh,
Uh, Come
Come
From
From
Away.
Away.
Come From Away. Yes.
Right.
It's like these are great examples of shows where everybody
Matters and
everybody matters. So I think I would love to do something like that, and I wouldn't put too much weight on like, is she the star or not. But there is a little bit of pressure, because I do feel like, because I was blessed with that opportunity early on,
right.
Things that maybe I would have wanted to take a little bit more time to learn about or to sort of navigate, I didn't get that opportunity. And so there is a little bit of nerves around like, how do you carry yourself in this space, as like a leader or whatever the case,
No, yeah.
but be authentically you. So there is some pressures, but I think I just try to look at like, what is the work? You know what I mean? And it like, do you like that work? Do you like this part versus, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Where do you stand in it?
Okay, and I promise we're gonna get to hair. I promise. I just need to get to the bottom of this. I did a deep, honey.
No, go ahead.
I did a deep dive, and I saw you in a picture kicking, like, your face. You were kicking. Yes. Are you like a dancer?
Girl, yes, but my thing is like, I'm not versatile in my style of dance, if you know what I mean. So that's why I wouldn't consider myself like a dancer, because I cannot tap my way out of a bag.
I can't either.
I probably couldn't do an adagio right now if you paid me. But as far as like contemporary dance or jazz or something where my body has a little bit more freedom to do whatever the hell it's going to do, I feel so safe and feel so seen in it.
And so here's where I'm just like, I'm trying to unpack this. I'm trying to like, you are such a, oh my goodness, like such a fun like person to like watch, because you are so beautiful and you are so talented. And I'm just so, my friends who I know, not everybody, but you know, a lot of my friends who I know who are like so great at dancing, like you said, like if they're safe in their zone, it's not always that they are also confident in their singing or their acting. You can carry a show, and I would say carry a tune, but you can throw down. Christiani, you throw down. You do. And it's just like knowing that you have those talents, how you were able to choose, like, I'm going to lead a company, as opposed to choosing like a lot of times dancers are in the ensemble.
Right.
So was that ever a thought, an active thought, or did that just happen?
I think I feel like a part of it kind of just happened, but I think also because I feel like with what we do, the way we tell stories in music theater, singing, they meaning like producers, if you will, or like audiences, put so much weight on someone's voice that I feel like that's often why the singers will get sort of pushed to the front of the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so I think for me, it sort of happened that way because I got to sing before I got to dance. Like I just so happened to be heard as a singer first. But then King Kong was amazing because it ended up getting cut because the show was way too long. But there was a whole like dance number where I probably opened my mouth like twice and was just living. And I was like excited because I was thinking about future opportunities. And I was like, finally, people are going to get to see me as a dancer and see me in that way.
Right.
And then it got cut. So that didn't happen. But I got bootleg videos. If you're listening, I got videos. I'll send it.
Shut up.
That's okay. But yeah, I think it just sort of happened. And I can't say I'm not thankful because we do 8 shows a week.
That's a lot on the bod, honey. Right? Beautiful was a lot on the bod, and that was like not dancer.
But locomotion?
Yes.
I can't tell you how many times I did that locomotion in somebody's rehearsal studio. I wanted to be in that show so bad, but that is intense. Like I would be tired after doing it in an audition. I cannot imagine
Yes.
doing it on a performance and then doing it at the show that evening. Or
Oh my gosh, girl, you could not eat Chipotle before show, not before that song. You could eat your Chipotle at intermission, but not before. It's like, oh Lord, I'm so tired. And you want me to sing too? Oh my gosh.
won't make it through.
Okay. All right. So your look today, you've got this beautiful slick back ponytail. And I'm so glad that you wore your hair like this, even though you could have come any kind of way and I would have loved it. I I I want to know, how do you get your ponytail slick? Like, how do you,
Mm-hmm.
and I got these bangs, and so I got hairs that stick out, and
Right.
what do I do?
So so it's funny. I'm so happy we're talking about this because I was thinking about like doing some videos on natural hair care just because I'm obsessed with it and I watch everybody else's YouTube videos. So why not?
Right.
But I will take a spray bottle and I'll put oil, probably jojoba oil or peppermint oil in the spray bottle as well as water. And then I will take my favorite leave-in conditioner is called Knot Today, Knot Today. And it's really good, black owned. And I'll section off my hair and comb through it with a Denman brush to get it super detangled. Then instead of using like a soft bristle brush, I'll use like the comb like brush and get it down. So that way it is like smooth. Then your ponytail. Now this is some addition. Okay.
It's
We'll
cute.
talk about this later.
Oh, please. I just bought one.
Oh my God. Can you talk about the hair company or no?
I don't know what it is. I just bought a random one. You got to tell me what's good and what's not.
Girl, I got you. Yeah, but then your poof will be nice and big poofy and you can rock it like that. Or I did a bun. I put my poof into a little bun. And then my favorite black owned hair company is called Heat Free Hair. I love them. Right. I love
Writing
them.
down.
Here's the thing. Every piece is an investment. It's slightly expensive, but I have had this hair ponytail since before I became Jane on Broadway.
Oh.
So that was years ago. That was what, 5 years ago?
Oh, that same piece.
It's the same ponytail. And it's amazing.
Is that human hair?
It's human hair. It is 100%, and they have texture matches. They have for curls, for coils, and for kinks, and they match just a range of textures. I wear the for curls collection, and girl, it's a lot. It's literally a game changer. It's a game changer.
Okay, so you're telling me
that extra,
that synthetic stuff that I just bought in the other room for $20 is about to go in the trash?
Listen, no, keep it. Keep her.
Do I keep her? Because I don't know.
Keep her for, but I'm telling you, if you're looking for like a long-standing moment, girl,
heat-free hair.
Heat free hair. Or another good one is her given hair. Is another really, really good one. Just investment pieces. Girl, they have wigs, ponytails, clip-ins, sewing like wefted hair. They have
Okay, so I would, oh my goodness, I feel so excited that my brain just went like 20 million questions. I don't even know what to ask next. Like, okay, all right. Okay, here we are. Can you tell me about, and I don't know even what the question is that I'm looking for, Christiani, but like when you have like your big hair, I don't know what's what. If you want to talk about it, if you don't, like, how do you blend? How do you do it?
Of course. So people have said they've seen me walking down 8th Avenue. Girl, because here's the thing. If I have my headphones in, legitimately Bad Mama Jamma is one of my favorite songs, like in life anyway. But walking down the street, you know the one.
Yeah.
And so I will have my clip-ins in. And when I have my clip-ins in, my fro is literally like this.
Right.
And people have been like, girl, I've seen you walking down 8th Avenue and have called your name and you didn't answer. And I could tell you were either like listening to something or like feeling yourself because you were literally like,
yes,
this.
Yes.
Girl, multiple people have said that. And that's when I was like, ooh. I be feeling myself in these clip ins. Okay, so that's
Oh
all
my
I said. Now that you got a visual.
yes.
So I have been natural since I was 18. I went natural, or 19, sorry. I went natural in college. And so my natural curl, if after like a wash and go, is maybe out here, right? Then
Okay.
I have fabulous, which I love and I will always rock.
And I've seen pictures of
Um,
that and it's cute.
yes, thank you. I love it. I love it very much. But if I'm looking for something a little bit more dramatic and like a little bit more just very Diana
Yeah.
Ross,
Yes.
um, I will add for these clip-ins, which are this same texture for curls, and just clip them in all the way up to the top. And the texture match is literally ridiculous. It is no people are always like, oh my God, like black women. I've had so many black women say like, what products do you use? And saying like, because your hair is long as hell, like, girl. I'm like, and
Whoa.
I'll tell her, I'm like, keep free hair, sis, because it's you still feel like you don't feel like you're changing your natural self. You're just
Right.
like enhancing the beauty that's there.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'll leave the top out. Sometimes I'll leave a section of the top out, and then I'll twist the back of my hair down and clip, like flat twist, and then I'll
Okay.
clip the clip ins to the flat twist. That's like for more like, I'm like taking my time.
Okay.
But like during shows, I would do that because I'd have my hair twisted under a wig cap. So like
Right.
during the Broadway season, I would take my wig off, undo these little twists, and then just clip my clips onto my twist, and then you have a full head of
Oh.
hair that comes right back out when dinner's over.
Oh.
Put it in my little satin
I
bag.
am loving this. So, okay, so you twist up your hair, you leave out the top almost like a weave, but not a weave at all.
Yeah.
It's not like cornrows. You do flat twists, you said.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, and then you put it in there. Or if you don't do that, you have your hair all out and then you
Yeah.
add it in, and
Yeah.
that
Which
works
would
too.
and that works. But that gives it even more of a like. That is like drama.
Wait,
Like
this
your
is
your
so
hair will be.
exciting.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you pictures too, because I don't know if you can like throw, but I'll show you
Yes.
what the different. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, wait. So if I were to call Heat Free Hair, I'm so glad you like dropped this black
Yes. Yep.
owned.
Hmm.
Will they help me do the texture match? Because I don't know. How do you find
Absolutely.
it? How do you
Absolutely.
find
They have like pictures, but I think if you do give them a call, they will walk you through, because
nice?
it's a little too expensive to like try. You
Just
know what I mean? Yeah, like you want to know. So yeah, I give them a call. I give them a call
okay.
because it's best money ever spent. Like I
Oh,
love them so much.
this is so bomb.
That's the secret. So if y'all see me with my big fro, okay, yeah, it's enhanced, but um, I bought it, so it's mine.
Hello?
I paid for
Hello?
it, so it's mine.
Loving all of this. You briefly mentioned your wig prep for when you're in a show.
Mm-hmm.
What is do you do the same wig prep every night? What is it? Do you change it up? What you got?
Yeah, I do not do the same thing every night, which I probably should for consistency.
Or maybe not,
Sorry,
because
the wig department, my bad.
I
But
mean,
it's hard, right? Our hair, as beautiful as it is, a part of its beauty is how complex it is. You know what I mean? It requires a lot of us, like a lot of our attention. So
yeah,
sometimes a flat twist is not going to cut it. Like that's why I mostly do a flat twist as a wig prep. But I try to do, if my hair is blown out, I'll do pin curls,
right,
which is really nice because then when you take them out, you have like a little bounce.
right.
But for the most part, I'll either do a twist out or pin curls. I never did braids because I don't know how to braid like that. But yeah,
Right. I don't really either, but I be trying, but they look
try.
so bad.
They're just thick. You're like,
Right.
this
Oh,
is not it.
they look so messy. So when you do your flat twist, how many do you do? Like I'm still learning. I gotta figure mine
I
out.
do I do six. So I'll do like a middle part, and then I'll do three on both sides,
Okay.
typically leaving, and then
A
I'll do
thing.
like a
Never mind.
box of here open, and I won't flat twist that. I'll do like a regular twist, like go a long twist,
Got
and
it.
then pin curl that twist.
Got it.
Because then it's a really good wig anchor, but also like if you're doing the clip ins or something, that part is easy to take out.
Okay, so here's why I don't think it's a bad thing that you do like the same wig prep for a show. I mean, you mix it up, you said, right?
Right.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
because we put our pins in, for anybody listening, we put our pins in the same place like every day. And I think if you change up your wig prep, it kind of helps in when it comes to breakage or,
Yes. Yes. I
you know
would
what?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I would think so. That's a really good point.
So I think like there's a beauty in it as long as the hair department's not like freaking out.
Right. They're like, girl, please give us some consistency. Please. Yeah, no, I think you're probably right. Like we have to protect ourselves as much as we can.
And when you leave a stage door, I actually never asked this, but it's something that I'm always thinking about. When you
Mm.
leave a stage door, what's your favorite I'm at the stage door look?
Oh, girl. Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Because we know it's
Okay.
easy to grab a baseball cap, but like
Right.
it's not
So
always.
we want to give like a little.
Yes, yes.
I think my go-to is probably okay. I'm gonna do like seasonal because if it's the summer, I'm gonna
Right,
give you a baseball cap, like we were just talking about, like a
right,
casual makeup cap, but with like a big face and
right.
like a little dress. You know what I mean? Just giving you very like, oh, like just casual. But if it's in the winter, I'm going like like I'm gonna give you a pea coat like this, and like if if I do have like a stage door wig, because that's another thing. I had stage door wigs that I would put on specifically to leave the theater.
Yes.
Maybe do one of those with like a beanie, but yeah, a
Cute.
scarf. Just very much so like New York fashion. Um, but yeah, I was one of the few that would have outfits. People would be like, "Girl," I'm like, listen. But again, I wanted to be on Broadway so bad, and I would go to see shows with my dad as a little girl. And my favorite thing was a stage door.
Me
And I
too.
used to just see these black women come out. Then I know.
Yes.
Seeing these black women come out and like all their glory, like I literally just used to be like, oh my God, I hope to God I can do something like that. So I take
Right.
it very seriously.
Right. Okay, I mean, that's really fierce. And I feel the same way. It's like I feel like a wig. I've been trying my best to not wear wigs only because like when I wore wigs, it wasn't always it did end up being this, but I started wearing wigs because I didn't like my own hair. And I think there's a
Mhm.
difference when you're hiding versus you're having fun. I think there's
Right.
a
Plain.
difference when yeah. But I would always leave the stage door with a wig. And it's like a baseball cap, but like
Yeah.
cuter.
Right.
I mean, um,
It's a baseball cap, but cute.
honey, honey, we're not mad. Um, let me see here. There's a couple things that I want to touch on while we start to like wrap up.
Mhm.
Um, oh yeah. We talked about this early in the beginning, but when you were going to do the shoot that you just did, that you just came
Mhm.
back from,
Mhm.
when it came to hair, did you reach out beforehand? Was it
Yes, I'm so glad we're talking about this because I haven't spoken about it, but I did. I reached out immediately, and I got my my manager is amazing, but he's a white man. My agent is phenomenal. She's a white woman, right? And I love them to death. But certain things like hair, um, I get a little bit of anxiety because I know I need to have it under control, and I know that they are typically the people who speak on your behalf, right? And so I had this weird moment of like, what do I? But then I bit the bullet and I talked to my manager and I was like, I don't want to be that girl, but I need you to communicate to these people how important and how precious our hair is, and how, because I'm traveling to the other side of the world, I need to know what's going on, who's doing it, what do I need to bring, what's the look. And my manager was like, "Oh, love him, love him so much." He said, "Thank you for having this conversation with me." He said, "But I'm on it. I know." He was like, "I
yes,
I've heard many horror stories from my clients about what happens with black hair. So I
yes.
immediately, that's one of the first things I look into." So before we started shooting, he got me the contact. I was in contact with the hair supervisor, who is this beautiful Black woman named Babalwa from South Africa. And she was amazing. And we just talked. And it was, I felt so taken care of, because
Good.
beyond us talking about like making me feel awkward and making me feel like other because I have to talk about hair care, and we talked about it as character development. It was simply that. It was, what what does this girl do when she wakes up in the morning? Is she a bonnet girl? Is she sleeping in a bonnet? Okay. If so,
Yes. Yes.
does she have to do a twist out? Does she wear twist outs? Okay. And we talked about it from strictly a character's point of view.
I would feel
Girl,
so seen.
because when do we get that? When we had to have these awkward conversations about hair,
Right.
we're made to
Right.
feel like we're being extra, or like we're somehow being combative or problematic. And at the end of the day, it's a part of the character that you're asking us to build.
Yeah.
But I've never had someone talk to me about hair as if we were talking about the character's upbringing. And that's exactly what we did.
Is
Girl,
she
by
a
the time I
bonnet girl?
girl, when I got to Mauritius, right, there was a vision board of who the character's name is, Beverly, of like who Beverly was. And on this vision board is Diana Ross, is Tracy Ellis Ross, is Tika Sumter. There's like a very specific Tika Sumter moment that we want to recreate. Um, uh, uh, oh my God, Kerry Washington when she
Oh,
did that big
yes.
hair, Kelly Rowland when her pregnancy hair, like just all these stunning Black women on the vision.
Yes.
Girl, I walked into that space feeling more confident than I have at any job ever.
Wow. Wow.
So
I'm
I
so glad
felt,
that you like just like laid it out on how you approach it, because I'm always thinking about it. I ask people about like what they do and how they handle it, but it's scary when it's your turn and now it's like, okay, I got to say something. I got to ask. I got to like, or be silent and see what happens.
and girl, that's the give me that see, that's what's scary.
I
That's what's
know.
scary. Because then when it doesn't look right, no one else is judged but the people wearing it. And it's like,
Exactly. Do you know I showed up, I think, one time in my life with my hair. I know not everybody can see this podcast because I haven't even aired the videos yet, but my hair is like a big afro right now and in a poof with a bang. And I showed up one time to like a gig. I don't know if it was a gala or whatever it was, with my hair like this, and the girl was just like,
I don't know what
uh
to do.
yeah.
And your
She
hair
just,
is stunning, sis. So you could have rocked it just like that and that would have been amazing. But I
oh.
can imagine you feeling like, I want to get, I'm,
Right. No, and that was the moment that I really, and that was back when I used to straighten my hair. I'm like, now I know I show up every time with my hair already straight. So they don't like, they know what to do with straight hair. They don't know what to do with mine. And it was, in the moment pretty traumatizing. And I learned it was like burned into me. It's like, okay, I need to go get my hair done before I end up in a hair and makeup chair.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
absolutely. That's got to change.
even, it has to change.
Yeah,
It has
it's
to
got,
change.
because there's no reason we should be responsible for doing somebody else's job. Yeah, no. Because imagine if we were, in rehearsal for something and had trouble memorizing a scene and went to the hair and makeup department and said, would y'all mind? Could y'all do this scene? Because
I just,
they would be like,
right,
girl, what? You know what I
right.
mean? Just that idea of, but as yeah, we are. It's a bit of a mess.
Okay, so I'm about to let you go. I just want to point out that your Instagram feed, you have been uplifting other women and other people of color for as long as you've had an Instagram. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. Like, it just seems like you've always been woke, that you've always been like supportive of other Black women. And it's just inspiring. Like, have you always had that sense of responsibility, or where did that?
You know what? I love I love us so much. Like I really like I know Monique says it, but I love us for real. Like honestly.
Yeah.
And my mom, my parents were divorced really early on, so I was raised primarily by a single mom, and then at one point moved in with my dad. But I watched her. I just grew up in a household where like everything was about like Black excellence and lifting up Black people. And there's not a and when I would watch my mom meet people in the streets, and then I would be like, "Oh, mom, how did you know her?" And she was like, "Oh, baby, I just met her." Just had this sense of sisterhood with Black women, and that's just what I grew up seeing. And so that's always just kind of how I've been. I just really love seeing Black people, Black women in particular, win. Like, it's just the vibe. And as I started to get older and have different like platforms or whatever the case, I did feel a little bit of a responsibility to like, if someone's going to look at me or they're going to ask my opinion about whatever, I want to make sure I'm being inclusive of the rest of us. And so I do. It's not a responsibility because I'm gonna do it regardless, whether anybody's listening or not. But I did always could say to myself, like, if someone's gonna listen, if someone's gonna ask, have something to offer. You know what I mean? Like say what you want to be said. And I just love us.
Honey, I love us too. And you're talking about Black excellence, and I'm over here looking at Black excellence. I am so,
Yes.
you are the bomb. And I'm so glad that like you've made time to come on my little show.
Oh, girl, bye. I'm honored. I am honored to be here. You were, listen, also equally insanely talented, insanely amazing. Like, the sisterhood of it all. Like, I'm just happy to be here,
Oh my
girl.
gosh. I'm so glad I got to meet you. Where do we meet? That Bleep Mag with Ryan
Yes,
Brinson, that photo shoot.
yes. See, talk about history, because now Bleat Mag is no longer in publication syndication. What's the word? I don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, talk about like moments we've experienced something together, and I'm sure it's gonna happen again. But like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, girl, keep doing what you're doing. Keep lifting up other Black women because you will just continue to shine and just keep letting God use Johanna because that light
Amen.
is shining
Amen.
bright. It's shining bright like a
So much.
diamond.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you.
All right, girl, thanks for joining.
Thank you so much. Thanks for listening, y'all.
Woot woot. See you, girlfriend. Yes.
Bye.